In this section, we're going to be inserting an image into a lesson. We place our cursor where we want the image to go. We then choose Insert from the menu bar and select Image from the drop-down menu. We then click on the Select Image button, navigate to where we have our images stored. Notice the types of images that we allow inside of a SoftCHalk lesson. We then choose the image, click on Select, and it then tells us that the image is good, meaning that its size fits nicely in our windows. The next thing we'll look at are the image attributes, starting with alignment. We have, as we see, 5 different alignments. The alignments of none and absolute bottom are fairly similar. Left and right allows us to wrap text around the image, and top puts a line of text at the top of the image. Let's use the default alignment of none and see what it looks like. We'll click OK. Notice the line of text where the cursor was is at the bottom part of our image. Let's right mouse click on the image to modify it and change to the absolute bottom. That puts the bottom of the line of text in line with the bottom of the image. The rest of the image has no text around it. Let's change it to a top alignment. That puts the line of text at the top of the image with a lot of white space underneath it, and then the rest of the paragraph of text below it. Let's modify it one more time and change to our final alignment of left. Remember, that allows text to wrap around the image. And now we see our image with text wrapping around it. Let's modify it again. Remember, right mouse click and choose Modify. We're going to change the height of our image. Rather than 693, I'm going to change that and make it 350. Notice the width changes at the same rate. That keeps the image proportional to its original size. We can draw a border around it, and we can also change both the vertical and the horizontal spacing. They can be values from 0 through 30, and that represents pixels. That's both for the vertical space and horizontal space. We also can type in a long description to be used with screen readers. We then click OK, and we see the results of our inserting an image with text wrapping around it. Next, let's insert an image that's standalone. I don't want text to wrap around it. I place my cursor on a blank line. This time I'm going to click on the Image button on our toolbar. We'll select the image, navigate to where the image is stored, select it. It again tells me the image is good. I'm going to leave the alignment as none. I don't need, or I'm actually going to put in a border around this and again put in a long description. We then click OK, and our image is in our lesson standalone. We can modify its placement simply by clicking on the image and then choosing the alignment we'd like. I've put it at the center. Finally, let's put in another image in a final method. I'm going to place my cursor on a blank line, and this time I'm going to right mouse click. From the pop-up menu, I'm going to choose Image. Again, I want this image to stand alone, so I'll select the image, choose the image that I want, and notice it says it's not recommended. That means that it's too large to fit in our lesson. We should optimize. We don't have to, but look at what it now does. The image is probably going to be way too long to display correctly on our screens. So I've saved this and previewed it, and notice that I now have to scroll to the right to see the right-hand side of the image and down to see the bottom of the image. The entire image will not fit on the screen. Let's close our browser, modify the image by right mouse clicking and modify. We're back in SoftCHalk, and we click on Optimize. Now, not only does that reduce the dimensions, but it also reduces the size of the image. I should put in a long description, and then I click OK. Notice how it now fits on my screen.